A group of experienced hikers vanishes in the dead of winter. No signs of struggle, no clear cause of death, but the injuries were brutal. Welcome to Mystery Mindset. Subscribe now to join our community. Ready for today's video? Let's go. The Dyatlov Pass Incident, Russia's most terrifying cold case. The year is 1959. 9 hikers set out on a challenging expedition across the Ural Mountains in Soviet Russia. They were all young, experienced, and passionate about adventure, but none of them returned. Their journey started in high spirits, smiles and photographs, laughter and diary entries. But what began as a dream trek ended in one of the most perplexing mysteries in modern history. The hikers' final campsite was discovered weeks later. Their tent was found slashed open from the inside. Some of the bodies were found half naked, scattered across the snow. Others had horrific internal injuries, yet no visible wounds. One woman's tongue was missing. 2 men had crushed ribs. Another skull was fractured. Strangest of all, no one could explain why they fled into the snow without shoes or coats. So what happened that night? Let's start from the beginning. The group was led by Igor Dyatlov. 8 others joined him, engineers, students, and hikers. They were aiming to reach Otorten, a mountain in the Urals. The route was classified as Category 3, the most difficult. But they were prepared. They had experience, supplies, and knew the risks. On January 28th, one member turned back due to illness. The remaining 9 continued. This decision likely saved his life. The group documented everything: photos, journals, route maps. Their last camp was set up on February 1st on the slope of Kolotsykel. In the local Mansi language, Kolotsykel means dead mountain. They pitched their tent in the open, rather than seeking shelter in the forest a mile away. Why they did this remains unclear, but from this moment on, the mystery deepens. When they didn't return, search teams were sent out. What they found chilled everyone. The tent had been cut from the inside, not unzipped. Cut. Footprints led away from the tent, barefoot, socked, or in one shoe, heading toward the forest. 2 bodies were found near a tree, in their underwear, beside the remains of a fire. 3 more were found between the tent and the tree, likely trying to crawl back. The last 4 were discovered 2 months later, in a ravine under 4 meters of snow. Their injuries were brutal. One had a crushed skull, others had broken ribs, and one woman was missing her eyes and tongue. Despite the horror, there was no evidence of a struggle, no defensive wounds, no signs of an attacker. The Soviet investigation concluded the cause of death was an unknown compelling force. The case was closed quickly and shrouded in secrecy. But theories began to emerge. Some believe it was an avalanche, but critics argue the slope was too shallow. Others claim it was infrasound, low-frequency sound waves that caused panic and hallucination. A more sinister theory suggests military testing, parachute mines, or radiation experiments gone wrong. There's even talk of aliens, or a Yeti, sparked by strange lights reported in the sky that night. But there's no proof, only fragments of evidence and endless speculation. In 2019, Russian officials reopened the case. Their official cause, a slab avalanche. But even that explanation leaves many questions unanswered. Why were some victims undressed? Why flee barefoot into minus 30 degrees Celsius temperatures? Why the internal injuries without external trauma? And why the rush to close the case back then? Over 60 years later, We still don't know what truly happened on that mountain. The Dyatlov Pass remains a place of mystery, a silent witness to 9 unexplained deaths. Was it fear? Nature? Something unnatural? Each theory leads to more questions, and the trail has long since gone cold. But one thing is clear. Something terrified those hikers that night. Something drove them to run into certain death. And whatever it was, it left behind no answers, only silence and snow. So, what do you think happened to the Dyatlov 9? Was it a freak accident or a cover-up? Let us know your theory in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more mysteries like this one. Thanks for watching. Want more? Subscribe now and be the first to know.